Hey up lads and lasses, Damphyre here, back again with some more Infinite Lagrange. Today I want to go through I'm going to go through the Winged Hussar, and then I'm going to do some separate videos for other ones. These are update videos because people are moaning and can't find the video where I mentioned the aircraft changes and did all this, so I'm going to do them separately. So these are going to be all the variants of the ships that got changed when the AA systems got changed. So the Winged Hussar being probably the primary one. I'll go through the list that I did for the tier list, basically, for the AA ships. And I'll do like the top ones or something like that, just to keep you guys happy. So I won't be going through the A-type here or the B-type. Refer to my previous video for that, because they have not changed whatsoever. Only the anti-aircraft variants have. There is some small changes to the integrated and the anti-ship type, but it's generally not worth mentioning. It's just how they work. They shoot aircraft now. Go figure. However, the Winged Hussar, the aerial denial version, this has received quite a hell of a lot of changes, so I can kind of understand where they're coming from, but we'll jump straight into it anyway. So, first off here, I'm going to recommend you're going to go one of two paths. If you have, at that time, currently, aircraft in your fleet as well as this thing, going into the situational awareness system and picking up straight off the bat the information chain. Increases your aircraft hit rate against enemy fighters by 30% when your fleets include fighters. This is a huge buff for them. I highly recommend picking that up. If you are running this in a like a more anti-aircraft role and the fleet doesn't have aircraft in it itself, you probably want to go into the armor system first regardless, and the second path after for the aircraft, you'd be going into armor as well. This is a frontline ship, so you're going to have to try and prop up its survivability enough to keep it around, so that 30% buff's going on your aircraft. And if you've not got aircraft and fleet, you need this alive, so it's dealing the damage to the enemy aircraft. So picking up the probably wouldn't go the resistances here, but definitely go in double health, and you're kind of like forced into the physical resistance here. The crit damage received isn't terrible now. A lot of people are running a lot more crit damage, and there is a lot of stuff that can do it, so you could potentially sub out one of the physical resists for the crit damage, but it's not necessary. I'd also recommend going into the situational awareness system, picking up the reduced chance of being hit by guided weapons. Yes, that's missiles and torps, but for whatever reason, things hate this thing on the battlefield, including things that shoot missiles, which should normally shoot mid-row. They do seem to start hitting these, so I'd recommend jumping into here and grabbing the guidance detection jamming as well. And then you're pretty much free to just go into the weapon system and the command systems at this point. You already start off quite nicely with the anti-aircraft network, so you don't have to come into here to get this. It is some nice buffs, but they are very expensive to upgrade any of the command network stuff. I think they're 10 tech points for the anti-aircraft network 1, for example, and you have 3 more of those to pick up. So yeah, you probably want to come in here maybe a little bit afterwards. So I'd recommend going into the storm missile system here. This is where you're going to sort of dedicate it to shooting and hitting anti-aircraft. So you're going to pick up the missile hit rate bonus for 1. And then you can pick up both of the hit rates here. I like to pick up one of them and ignore the other, because you get more hit rate bonuses from the situational awareness, and you only have 6 slots here. So you kind of do want to try and pick up the double cooldown, and I'd like to pick up the double damage in this situation. Double damage is like an extra 30 damage here, plus the extra 30% that you can get as well. So it does work out quite nicely. It gives you like a 200 damage per hit. You've got quite a good lock-on efficiency already. you're getting, what's this, like 8% hit rate from your missiles, and then you're getting a further 15%. So you're already getting up there quite a lot. And again, like I said, with the command system, you're going to get an extra, I can't remember what this maxes out. I think it's like 13% or 12%, somewhere around there. So you're getting like a good stack of hit rate anyway. If you really want, you could drop one of the damage mods here for the extra hit rate against fighters and corvettes. It's completely up to you. I personally don't, though. After that, your probably best bet is going into this command system, maxing out the anti-aircraft network, and that's pretty much it for this ship. You have the option of adding in the firing calibration, which is the anti-aircraft weapons of your company's ship or aircraft a 5% chance to deal 80% additional damage to the target hit. This is why I like taking the extra damage, because now my damage is stacking bonuses as well, and now I got an extra 80% on top of the extra 20% instead of just 10%. So that's why I like the extra damage. It seems to deal a little bit more. To be honest, though, there really isn't that much in it. And this will go up to 160% at 10% chance. So it's quite a nice little buff, this. Definitely worth picking up. Obviously, you got your increased system HP here, which isn't necessary. Your propulsion system, same as always. Double cruising speed if you're running a faster fleet, so you're at that 1k sort of movement speed. This gets right up there with it, so that's completely fine. If you're running a slower fleet, for example, I run ST59 in my fleet, that's a 450 base movement speed, so it's not particularly quick, so I don't worry about the propulsion system in this case too much. And I'll pick up the double warp speed, not that that's going to matter either when running it in that kind of fleet. And then obviously you can finish off with your command system, picking up the system HP is your only choice there. All in all, it's about 180 tech points to max this thing out. This is why I'm sat here at like 170 at the moment. That means I need like a slightly less amount from blowing up pirates or something before this is quite PvP capable and maxed out. Although saying that, around 170, it's very PvP capable. That's, you know, the storm missile system's maxed, the situational awareness is maxed, my command system, the anti-aircraft network's normally maxed, and the firing calibration's maxed, and my armor system's maxed at that point. I might just be missing points in the propulsion and the system HP. But if you do want that, you know, extra pretty looking ship, it's around 180 tech points to cap out completely. So that is an update for the Winged Hussar area denial. It changed a bit. The changes are pretty much nothing within regards to the storm missile system or armor system or anything like that I mentioned before. I think they've all stayed the same. They didn't get any extra mods for lock-on efficiency or anything like that, like a lot of ships did. The addition of the command system is what really changed here with the anti-aircraft network, and the main change really is the fact that the information chain does now work as intended, and it buffs your fighters up the wazoo to a point where they're completely ridiculous. If you've got Mistrals on a Tundra in your fleet, so they're already getting like a massive accuracy buff, you tech your Mistrals like I've mentioned in my video for the Mistrals, you're at like a really high hit rate. I think it's like 60 or 70% hit rate or something stupid like that. You just added 100% hit chance to your fleet of Mistrals with this buff. It's absurd. So yeah, that is probably the biggest change. As like I mentioned, the integrated didn't even get a command system changes here. Focus fire, system automate maintenance, that's all standard stuff across all ships. Nothing here changed either on any of these. They didn't get any sort of random bonuses to shoot at aircraft or anything like that. So like I said, only the anti-aircraft has changed here. If you're looking for information on the anti-ship type and the integrated type, the only two types, go watch my previous video. They haven't changed. The anti-aircraft changed very slightly, with the command system upgrades, and that's about it. So, there you have it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.